Mike Barrell. We're in Orlando at the TM Forum Management World. I'm with Colin Orviss. Colin is the founding partner of Parhelion, and he's also the strategic advisor to the TM Forum. Colin, thanks for the time. What I'd like to kick off with is there's a lot of change going on in the industry. We're hearing it all in the opening sessions today. You're advising the TM Forum where to go, what the future strategy should be. Can you tell me what you're talking to them about?
With regards to the future of the industry, obviously I've got two opinions and two roles. One is myself as an independent advisor to the industry. We work with CSPs globally. And for the forum itself, we have, because of our member structure, a need to try to put stakes in the ground of where the industry is going to be in a number of years' time. And so we have a mixture of these two positions to take, and obviously I'm a little bit more radical than the forum itself can follow. So let me talk about my views first of where we're going to be in the future. First of all, today, CSPs, or the communications providers, their business models have worked for a number of years, but from my perspective will not be the same moving forward. We've got to actually have radical change in the way we structure ourselves. Recognizing that what are our core assets, whether it's running an infrastructure, aggregating services, or maybe even looking after customers, but probably not looking after all these three levels. So we're talking with CSPs about this. Other areas which are very, very important are growth areas which are over and above the standard, talk and download data, and this is around things like M2M, this is machine to machine, or is actually, as we call it, machine to intelligent analysis and actioning, because actually that's what we need to do, or M-Health or smart communities. These are areas which require communications, and infrastructure companies have a role to play. We just need to understand where they are. So we're talking about this, and the forum itself is looking at facets of this and how its standards can become relevant to this change.
What's the main inhibitor to the operators being able to move into this radical change mode that you're talking about?
The main inhibitor from my perspective actually is a mindset in the organization. Unfortunately, we still make reasonable amounts of money, and so while you're still making money, you don't really want to make too much change. But actually you have to do the change when you're making money, because when you recognize that the numbers are going down way too rapidly, your options are limited and you can't really do the things you need to do in the way you need to do it. And unfortunately this is it. We don't feel the pain enough yet to say that we really actually have to change. And also we're flippant about what the over-the-top providers and maybe even the device manufacturers, their role, etc. We acknowledge they're there, but we actually don't think they're really going to threaten us. And unfortunately, that's a lot of naivety in our industry. And we need to think differently and recognize that we are under threat. It doesn't mean we're going to go away because we're foundational, but we've actually got to change what we're doing.
What can you do to help them achieve these objectives?
We've got two, here again I'll put two hats on here. As Parhelion, first of all, is creating awareness, and this is at the executive level, at the board, get them to recognize that the fact that they've owned the whole value chain in the past isn't the future, and they need to make sure that they invest in the core assets of their business, whether it's running networks or aggregating services, or maybe customers, as I said, but not owning the whole value chain. That's the first thing. From a forum's perspective, for sure we want to get these messages across, because helping the industry maintain a vibrancy is critical. And part of this is helping with the awareness, but also putting tools in place which will facilitate that. And whether we like it or not, there is a need for standards, because interoperability is key. No matter what we're talking about, whether it's talking, downloading, M2M, e-health, smart communities, they all require connectivity of some level, which is a role for us as an industry to play. And to make this connectivity really work across multiple ecosystems, you've got to have standards. And that's where the relevance of the forum comes in. And we're obviously going to be adapting what we've got. The frameworks is obviously a key component, but it needs a refresh to actually reflect these new business models and ways of working.
Colin, thanks very much for taking the time. Very interesting perspective.
Thank you very much, Mike. Cheers.
Pleasure.